upload the reference ad. We drop in the product we want to put into the ad. We type in the target customer. We type in the CTA and click submit. Seedance generates the video, and this is the result.
Okay, so this is my new thing before bed. It's this silk sleep mask, super soft, and it actually blocks out everything. No more scrolling till 1 a.m. staring at the ceiling. I just put this on and my brain finally shuts off. Try it tonight, honestly.
Today I'm going to show you how to set this up using n8n and Seedance. And not only that, but an automation to run this daily so that when you wake up every morning, this will be ready for you to approve. And if you've never coded before, that's okay. We're going to cover everything you need in this video. Before we start creating, I want to give you some context on why this matters. Recruiting UGC creators gets expensive, it's time consuming, they quit, and their output varies wildly. But now you can automate 90% of that using n8n. So for today's example, we're going to create an automation for Instagram Reels. I'm going to walk you through a real build of a wellness brand that wanted a UGC content pipeline that posts automatically. Let's say you want to create content about wellness. So every single day, I can create an automation that pulls from a rival account or gets a popular ad in the space, grabs that, summarizes it, and structures it for social media. It's going to automatically create a detailed prompt, send that to Seedance, and put everything together nicely after. And with that, you have everything running every morning, ready to approve when you wake up. Let's start setting up some things. So let me walk you through what this workflow looks like at a high level. And don't worry, we're going to dive into the details for all of these in a second, but at a high level, going to have this form. That's where you define the CTA, the target viewer, and the reference that is then analyzed using your AI of choice, such as Gemini. Then the video generation prompt, the script is created. That is going to be emailed to you for approval. Once that's approved, that is when the generation actually happens in Seedance. So you can see we submit the job and just poll for the status. Once it completes, then going to send that email over to you with the completed video. Now let's get into the tool setup. This is pretty straightforward. Going to start off with number one, setting up your n8n, whether that's locally or in the cloud. Those are both things you can look up YouTube videos for. Pretty simple tutorials. The second thing is to actually set up this Seedance. Seedance is a video generation model. It's not available directly. You have to go through a third-party provider. In this case, this is fal.ai. Just lets you pay per video generated, which is super nice. And in order to use this, you're going to want to go ahead, settings, API keys, and create an API key. Then add that API key to your n8n. Finally, you're going to want to have some kind of AI API key. In this case, if you're going to use Claude, make an API key for Claude as well. Let's get into the details. We start off by analyzing that reference ad. This is what we're going to extract from the reference ad, which is we want to reproduce what made it successful. So that's number one, the format. Think about the exact specifications like the structure. Is it a product demo? What is actually happening in the video? Second, get the transcript, of course, from the reference ad, word for word from the ad. Then get the settings. So we want to recreate the background in addition to having that talking AI generated avatar. We want to make sure the B-roll is correct as well. Finally, the avatar, make sure they're in the right age range, gender, appearance. Camera angles also very important to make sure the video looks authentic. And then analyze the actual mechanics of the video, like the hook, the pacing, and any other important mechanisms. After we've analyzed the reference video, that is when we're going to get into the fun stuff, which is actually building the prompt that generates this UGC video based on what we learned. There's going to be a few things to watch out for. When I first started out, I'll show you the videos and the improvements to them. Number one, in that first version of the UGC video, you can see that the avatar appears plasticky, the lighting looks funky, it just looks fake. And the reason is, number one, if you don't specify a source of lighting, then the video generation model creates this even light texture, which just doesn't exist in the real world. In the real world, there's just one light that comes from a certain angle. It's not evenly distributed. So that's the first thing. And second, to avoid that plastic look, you actually want to specify texture over adjective. So a better thing would be to describe it as you can see visible pores, natural skin, microtexture, versus a generic adjective, make the video beautiful or cinematic. And definitely just to hammer that in there, I would include anti fake terms like make sure the video is not glossy, no airbrushing, no plastic skin, no fake or even or studio lighting. Now to look at the full prompt we put together here based on the reference ad, put in some product name and some product facts, all the things from the form such as the target customer and CTA. The requirements are going to be built based off of everything analyzed from that reference video. Make sure if your product is in the medical space to specify not to mention medical outcomes or make clinical claims, or you could run into some issues with posting that to the platform. And finally, one other thing to mention here is to avoid making the voice of the UGC avatar sound fake. Another example of one of my early videos generated that the voice sounded very fake. You're going to want to, number one, specifically wrap any spoken lines in double quotes and add vocal descriptors to the prompt. So by specifying what the voice sounds like, it's going to give the model more direction as to make it sound more realistic versus going back to its default, which sounds very robotic and bland. So for example, if you'd want to describe the speaker's voice, you'd want to say natural, warm, conversational tone, relaxed pacing, gentle volume, and subtle human imperfections. All these things add to their authenticity of the video. Next, once we've created that prompt and written that script, we're going to want to hand that off for human review because we can't trust AI outputs 100% yet, at least not at first. So that creative is going to be sent over email for approval. This is what that's going to look like. It'll give a creative summary, the actual script, and the full Seedance prompt, along with a button to approve and actually start generating that video. And the last bit is very straightforward. We're going to go ahead and submit that prompt to Fal AI, which is going to run that Seedance video generation model, wait 30 seconds and check the status. If that video was generated, go ahead and send an email. Otherwise, go back and check the status again. And when we finally do get that email with the final video, it's going to look something like this. That's pretty much it. You now know how to create authentic UGC for your brand without spending a ton of time hiring and managing influencers. If you want to see more, hit the like and subscribe button, comment below with what you want to see me build next, and I'll see you in the next one.